Alright guys, going on? YouTuber Beanie Boy Kid talking about Randonautica, how it works, and what it is. For instance, I'm in the middle of the woods. So, for me, if I do my first two, it's going to bring me across the street to my neighbor's house. Why would it bring me over there? Well, two people died there, back to back. A third neighbor came in, true story. The couple was completely sober. I'm good friends with their brother. And anybody that lives in that house doesn't stay there that long, okay? So one night, they were just no alcohol, no nothing. That's what they say. But the remote control started spinning randomly and shot out and broke their brand new plasma TV. And what do you know, next week I see the U-Haul. They're out of here. New couple moves in. I'm just gonna wait for stuff to happen. Okay, so it's always gonna shoot an address outside my house. And for instance, my woods, I can walk down here and find something creepy or pick my intent. And I'm gonna find it if I walk about a good 30 feet. But since I know this area real good, none of this phases me. So basically, randonauting, what is it? It's basically traveling to random places based on like a random quantum generator. You might say quantum. Now, I'm only going to explain this. Say I was a 10-year-old student and the teacher was saying this, so we'll basically not sugarcoat it. So, quantum is the quantity of energy proportional in magnitude to the frequency of the ratio that it represents. For instance, have any of you guys, whenever you do it, you probably have ended up in a cornfield maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 30 times that you've done it. What's in the cornfield? Sometimes in the middle of that cornfield, you might think that there's a crop circle in there. Just a wide opening. But that's the thing that farmers do. I don't know why they put that circle in the middle. You know, like obviously they don't start cutting corn in the middle. But that circle there, that's where that's going to bring you majority of the time. Or it's going to bring you in a high shrubbery that's over your head. And it's going to bug you out because you're afraid of this new tick stuff going around, disease. And spiders, and probably will turn around. Other than cornfields, it is and will bring you to a lot of power lines. So when you GPS the spot, you're going to see the little lines. If it's blue, it's a river. And if it's got that chain-like look into it, it's obviously a power line, which is high energy, hence the quantum, that's magnitude. There's a lot of energy in those sources, or else it's brought in me. So I'm about 100 adventures in. Brings me to a lot of railroad tracks. Obviously, boatload of energy, quantum point, perfect spot. The railroad, everything that's just all energy. Then again, that's as close as you can get to a power line. How many of you guys, y'all comment below, have gotten one to where it's in front of somebody's house or it's behind their house? So now that also says you can't go through private property, which most of these adventures are, I would say, private property, but you're going to find the most fun in those. So say it's behind a neighbor's house, it'd be nice, polite to ask them if it's okay if I can go on this adventure. I normally go down this road, but I've never been back there. So that brings me to my other point. So basically, when you're randonauting, these are places by your area that you've probably driven past, walked past, but it's going to take that extra half a mile, quarter mile to get to that spot, which makes it more interesting. In the back of your head, you're like, wow, I've driven by here, but I've never been, for instance, that far into the woods, which, I have. So always ask them for permission. In the back of their head, they can be like, oh, you might be dumping a body or something. Okay. I'll explain the void, the attractor, and the anomaly, the differences. So an anomaly is a stronger point from the attractor and the void in sense of quantum terms. Also then, I'd have to say the void is less quantum points. So picture, there's a field of gold. There's not a lot of gold on that field, but when you find something, it's going to be worth it. Okay, so void is something also to look into. And number one, most people do is a tractor. So what a tractor is, it's the most condensed or like most tightly area that you can go to with the most quantum points, saying that there's like basically this ball of energy at this place that you're going to. So with that being said is, you know, the people are finding bodies, they're doing this, they're doing that. And now you might say to yourself, why is this app coming out now and why is it free? To this day, I don't know. I haven't really researched that, like, whatsoever. But I'm hoping this is helping you out. But other than that, randonauting is just traveling to random places, you know, based on random quantum, like a generator. So it's going to spit you out an area. Like I said, I've done over 100. I couldn't tell you how many cornfields, how many power lines, how many train tracks, and all that. But next to these spots, it also says travel within the range. Just because there's a mark on that spot, don't go to that spot. Look around and travel. That's why I found these abandoned buildings, these abandoned houses. I have many videos I have not posted on my site due to it being disturbing. And I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube. I'm trying to put some knowledge out there, but there's certain things you kind of got to keep to yourself that I do. But always bring somebody with you, or your, you know, your blades or whatever. If you got a concealed weapon permit, by all means, bring it, you know, or go on Facebook Live. And I do that a lot to let people know where I'm at, just in case, you know, something happens. And always tell somebody where you are. So we know what randonauting is now, random places. Chances are you've been to, but you haven't been to them yet. And so what people are doing now, which is spooky, if they're popular spots, there'll be people in the area waiting. So I'm guessing in another 100 or 200 more randonauts, someone's going to plant a bear trap in the middle of the woods. I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to be stranded, screaming. And then someone's going to come out with a 50 cal and... Or maybe somebody's back there just watching me. So you got your voids, you got your anomalies. Told you what quantum meant, the attractors, what randonautica means. So just random places, high levels of energy. And if you keep saying, hey, it's bringing me to a cornfield or train tracks, like I said, or a power line, don't just go there. Walk around that area. Chances are it's already mowed, obviously. You're going to have to go through a lot of shrubbery, but the outcome will be worth it. And focus on your intent. Yeah, you could say money a lot, jewelry. You don't really want to wish for bodies or death or anything like that, because say you wish on death. Like, for instance, I've done it times before. I found multiple ticks on me. I got stung by a few white hornets. Same time after that. I did not like that. I was stepping in huge spider webs that would almost make my foot bounce back. That's how strong the webs are. So seriously, focus on your intent. And also comment below, you know, the cornfield power lines, behind people's houses, train tracks, middle of the woods, middle of nowhere. Let me know how many of you have experienced these, so we can try and get down to the nitty gritty of how this works more and why they don't charge money for this. There's a black market running this. But all in all, I pretty much say that's almost 100% how randonauting works. So be safe when you guys explore. Bring a friend. Let your parents, let your parents know that, you know, where you're at. Just so they know, God forbid, you have no cell phone service and you're stranded. Other than that, carry things you gotta carry. Beanie Boy Kid, subscribe, comment below. All in all, that's what Randonautica is. Randonauting as well. Have a good day.